Hello, this is The Slayer, and you're watching TVLine.com.
Welcome back to another edition of Reality Check, your weekly deep dive into all things unscripted television, unofficially brought to you by Candace Glover's Same Kind of Man. I'm Michael Slezak. I'm here with American Idol Season 6 standout Melinda Doolittle, and we are about to talk Rush Week, Season 13 of American Idol. Can we discuss the Chamber of the Damned? 15 guys and 15 girls held in an awful gray space on uncomfortable chairs for 2 hours and then told, like, go out and perform.
How scary is that for them? How wrong is that? I mean, I wish Uncle PB would have watched last season and seen, like, when they announced the top 10 or 13 and
Yes.
when they came out, when they were running out halfway in tears and excitement and couldn't breathe and went to sing. We got maybe 2 good performances out of that. Maybe 2.
It did turn out to be the top 2 from the season.
Good point.
Candace and Cree. So maybe being able to perform under that extreme duress at the beginning of the season tells us something.
It's imperative on a show that has so many variables that change around you that one thing be constant. And to not even have that is just a recipe for disaster.
Ultimately, I think especially on girls' performance night, because it was the first night we were doing that, it affected every single one of those girls. I don't think any of them performed at their best. And I think that's a disappointing way to start the season. And it's a hurdle now that they all have to clear heading into top 13 week.
The guys at least had the chance to watch the girls and realize, okay, maybe I shouldn't run. Maybe I shouldn't cry backstage right before they might call my name. You know, just different things like that they could learn from the girls. But it just, it was their first time using in-ear monitors. First time. So then you don't even know if you can hear right.
We only get to choose 10 to sing tonight of the 15, and we really believe in every single one of these girls.
They said that they were partially basing it on dress rehearsals. Did they see Marielle's roar, and did they see Bria's Other Side of a Love Song? Because if they did, how did they choose them over Kenzie, Austin, and Jillian?
This is what it feels to be the one who's standing left behind.
I just can't imagine any of them would have done something worse than roar.
Hear my voice, I hear that sound, like thunder gonna shake the ground.
I don't know what she did in dress rehearsal to make that okay. I can't think of anything that she could have done in dress rehearsal to make them say, come out and do this.
Dancing through the fire, and I am a champion.
That one was rough.
Take a bow. You worked very hard. And beat Austin, Brandy, Jillian, and Ken's.
It's basically the equivalent of having them go through the Green Mile, be like, you're part of the season 13 top 30, and then when they come off the elevator, just punch them in the throat. That's what they did. That is not fun as a viewer to experience that.
I just want to show you guys my performance.
Let's hope we hear your name.
I don't want to see any of these people who I've grown to appreciate their talent and their work ethic and their enthusiasm for singing. I don't want to see them get punched in the throat.
I would rather not. That's like the best analogy I think I've ever heard.
Let's get into who we dug this week. Melinda, who were your favorites on the guys' side?
I'm going to have to say Sam Wolf and Alex Preston.
Correct.
I chose to sing Volcano by Damien Rice.
I haven't been a huge fan of Alex's up to this point, and I was a little taken aback by his song choice, choosing Volcano, which I think was probably in the top 2 most iconic Philip Phillips performances. Seems like a bit of a head scratcher of a move this early in the competition. Do you know your Idol history? Because you should know your Idol history. Nevertheless, what he did with it was lovely.
You're what I am to you. You do not need.
Yes.
He sounded great. He sounded current and interesting.
You're what I am to you. It's not what you mean to me.
What if he doesn't know his Idol history? It's okay. He can learn. He can listen.
He's got about 6 days to learn it, as far as I'm concerned.
I think he's going to be in this competition a long time, so we should bring him out. Sam Wolf.
Sam Wolf. I mean, when that kid was on camera singing, I tweeted, there's just something about this child.
Turning over TV stations, situations running through my head.
I think it's just the simplicity of it all. You know, I think he's just meant to do what he does. And it's one of those things where it just comes so naturally to him that he doesn't even have to try. I think that's the thing about it, is that we don't see him trying. We just see him being great.
Loved it out wide, was giving
On the ladies' side, speaking of inner glow and good vibes and positive energy, Majesty Rose.
Bravo!
Love's too high to bring me down. It can't nothing, hey.
It was almost like Happy was a video game and she shot enough balloons in the air and then unlocked the next level, and the song opened up vocally to places I didn't realize it was going. It was like some next level stuff.
It can't nothing, hey.
Majesty for me is the Sam Wolf of the girls.
Mm-hmm.
She just has what it takes.
Clap along if you feel that's what you want to do.
It's just so natural for her, and I was having fun. I was clapping along. I did whatever she told me to do.
Majesty, oh my goodness. You know what? That's how you're supposed to come out here.
Can I give it to 3 M's though? Can
You
I
can.
say Majesty, MK, and Malaya?
Also, our names begin with M, so it's totally okay that you throw it out to them. MK is lovely.
World is beating you down. I'm around through every mood.
She also has like the best family cheering section in the world. There's a lot of good family crying going on right now.
Oh, yeah.
Gina's brother or best friend, I'm not sure who he is, loving him, loving CJ's girlfriend, but MK's cheering section. How could you not be a blubbering mess?
I kind of want an envelope that I can write on and be like, go MK, because that kind of made my day. I'm like, find whatever you have in your purse, honey, and write on it. And her voice is just, there's this ease about it, and just, it's so refreshing in the midst of everything that's going on Idol, that she just stands there and sings.
Curves and all your edges, all your perfect imperfections.
I believed she was singing those words to someone special. Like you could feel the intention behind it. And I think that is what she's doing really well right now. Vocally, there were a few little
pitch, a little intonation.
Intonation, singing in tune, that's big. You have to try to stay more in tune.
She had a few intonation issues.
Right.
Just a little bit sharp, a little bit.
And similarly, Malaya had some issues.
If I show y'all my personality, it ain't gonna match the song. I'm kind of weird, so. Hard time.
Easy there, find the balance trigger.
The performance was almost a hot mess, and yet somehow I enjoyed it. It was wayward and yet lovely and not great and yet amazing.
For me, Malaya just had everything working against her. She was the very last person that they called. She was pretty much in tears before they called her name.
Malaya, can you come out here, please?
And then she forgot everything she knew when they called her name and bolted out there. So she's crying, out of breath, excited, sad for the girls left in the room, happy for herself, and then gets up there and the music just kind of took her over.
No more.
I love that she's kind of like, all right, let's go for it. And she's not scared to go for it, and she's got the chops to almost back it up. Like, they're so close.
You make glasses and braces look so cool, Malaya, I gotta say. You just do. And
was there anyone who kind of broke your heart by not bringing it in the way that you'd hoped they'd bring it?
I'm going to have to say Spencer.
Never leaving you, and you don't say much, yeah, that's true.
The audience of sorority girls, how many sorority girls are there in that part of California? Like, they brought all of them in.
Mary Lee, Team Spencer.
And they were
There are
going,
a lot of them, but they don't vote.
They don't. They just want to be on camera, really, in the end. Brianna probably broke my heart the most. I was expecting perfection, and I think it was just overbaked.
'Cause you were never gonna take the place anyway.
Let's discuss wild card situation. Bri is a sweet girl, and I love her energy.
Oh, y'all gonna get a show. I'm telling you.
Okay, let's go.
But how did she get chosen to perform again? It didn't make any sense to me.
You definitely sang for your life, but Bria, it was all over the place.
I was surprised they chose Spencer based on what he did even with the pimp spot, even with the girls cheering, he kind of choked.
I'm not sure that was what I would have wanted America to see right now.
During performance night, they said to both Malcolm and George, you know, you guys are like our favorite voices of the season. So if you're going to give Spencer another shot, give those two boys another shot also. Those two boys, and then maybe CJ and Gina.
Anything, and I try to be someone that I'm not.
That was her own song, Unbreakable Me. It was so beautiful. I think it was my favorite musical performance of all 3 nights.
No, it's not in love.
And if she brings that kind of tone, power, and connectedness to the stage every week, she is going to go very far.
That was a really good use of that moment.
To my ears, CJ didn't really nail his wild card performance.
Bring me your sweet loving. Say bring it on to me.
Kristen, in a week, I won't remember what she sang. I just won't.
I actually don't remember today, so, which makes me awful. I'm so sorry. Gina earned her spot.
Yeah.
In the top 13. She just did. And I feel like the other two were given a spot.
We had a Randy Jackson workshop. We had Adam Lambert and Chris Daughtry giving really good, specific, actionable advice.
Thank God for them.
It just feels like you're kind of rushing it a little bit. Whereas I feel like the song works because it sits back.
But Randy himself, I mean, telling MK,
my tip and my advice to you is going to be, you got to give it your all. You got to give your best performance.
That's the quote they used on air. If that's the best thing he said to MK during their whole sit-down session, how insipid was the rest of it?
Be that star, MK. I know it's in there.
I just wish Randy had asked some of the questions before these kids sang that Harry asked afterwards.
In your opinion, what is that song about? In a sentence.
The biggest head scratcher of the 10 people that America picked was Emily.
Just tell me the first 2 lines of that song. Speak them.
You got me down on the floor, so what'd you bring me down here for?
I fully understood what Harry was doing when he was asking her.
This is your choice now. You're 18 years old. Is that really what you want to be singing about?
There were some readers that said he slut-shamed her, and I think that that's preposterous. I think at the end of the day, if you're going to go up and sing an overtly sexual song on that Idol stage, then you need to commit to it. You need to understand that what you're singing is overtly sexual, and then you need to feel it and embody it and own it. And I think she came off almost like a Honey Boo Boo-esque pageant child.
I think that people voted for her because they were mad at Harry. And that kind of upsets me just because she actually said the phrase,
I'm kind of playing into the emotion, not more of the storyline.
If you want to portray the lyrics to that song, fine. And I believe that's what he was saying. Fine. If that's what you want to do, fine. But know it. Know what you're doing. Don't go in just saying, I like the emotion, but not the story.
I know you said you're not interested in the storyline. You're a singer.
And she already had help getting to that point. Adam Lambert pointedly tried to direct her into selling that song.
Start the song more aggressive.
Okay.
When she hits the chorus, that's the punchline.
Yeah.
And she still didn't get it.
I just think he was phenomenal in his explanation.
She's like, yeah, I'm a badass. And then she goes, but if I was from Paris, I'd say, ooh la la la.
And then we got Fringe. Like, that's what we got.
Is there any way Randy's gonna bring him back every week?
Bring back Adam and Chris. We love them.
Easy there. Find the balance, Trigger.
Ooh la la la.